give this fat ass a new hole. And let Comedy Central go bleep themselves. Welcome, please, Ryan Stiles.
Well, I was worried about keeping it clean for the older folks, but that. Well, it's an honor for me to serve as host here this evening at Friars Club Roast, and or a night we like to call Something About Carey. Sweet man sitting here next to me. You're probably wondering why I'm serving as roastmaster tonight. Is it because Drew and I appear on the Drew Carey show together? No, I don't think so. Is it because we do Whose Line Is It Anyway together? No, it's not. Is it because Drew and I are lovers? Is it really important? Is it really important? The fact is, I'm here. And I have to say, no matter what you hear about him tonight, Drew is one of the sweetest, one of the most talented. What was the third one? Best hung actors on television today. I'm going to move right into the first roaster of the evening. Jeffrey Ross is typical of many of today's young comics. He's got 11 minutes of material and a $12 million development deal. Comedy Central loves Jeff because he's a great stand-up. The Friars love him because he's the only member to get through his routine without a respirator. Welcome, please, Jeffrey Ross.
Congratulations. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan Stiles, everybody. How about a hand for your host, Ryan Stiles? Why not? Ryan Stiles, or as they call him in Hollywood, Kramer Light. Ryan, you know, I watch you work season after season on the Drew Carey show, and I was always wondering if they're really using you to your fullest potential, and today I realize they are. Drew, what are you laughing at?
I don't know.
It's really great that you're being honored by the Friars Club, and I'm proud to be a part of this awesome resurgence of young blood at the Friars Club. We need it. I'm telling you, when I joined the club a few years ago, there were no children at the club, but yet there was still a diaper changing station in the men's room. Our secret handshake was like this. But you know, Drew, the Friars only roast the ones we love, and to be the guest of honor at a roast like this, it's like the Academy Awards of comedy. It really is a special night. My one regret is that Abe Vigoda isn't alive to see this. He knows I love him. You go to Vegas, what's the over-under on Abe Vigoda? I took November in the points. Look at this. Abe Vigoda, Freddie Roman, Alan Kings. I've seen younger faces on Cash. This isn't a roast, it's a rot. Oh, kidding. Nice to be here at the Hollywood Wax Museum. Well, what about the rest of this dais? So you guys thinking what I'm thinking? This isn't a who's who, this is a who cares. We're like the rejects from Hollywood Squares. Great to see Alan King. How are you, Alan? A man who's been doing comedy so long he lost to Mark Twain on Star Search. A man who burst on the scene at the same time as the Beatles. Not the band, the life form. Dr. Ruth is here. I promised I wouldn't curse, but I want to you so bad. I really do. Now let's talk about Drew Carey for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew Carey is to comedy what Mariah Carey is to comedy. We all know Drew isn't two-faced, or else why would he wear that one? You like Buddy Holly and Barney Rubble had a baby and then peed on it. All kidding aside, Drew, you really have been a great guy to me. You've been supportive of my career, and I have a special place in my heart for you. I think you're terrific, and I'm proud to be a part of this. Thank you, everybody.
You know, there's an old show business saying that goes, nice guys can't be funny. Well, Dick Capri proves that to be true. This Broadway comic has had the privilege of performing for Presidents Gerald Ford and George Bush. Unfortunately, Dick couldn't perform for President Clinton. He's got bad knees. Ladies and gentlemen, Dick Capri.
So this woman works in a sperm bank. And a guy comes in with a ski mask on and a gun in his hand. And he points the gun right at her head. He says, I want you to pick up that bottle and drink down that specimen. She says, what? He says, I want you to pick up that bottle and drink down that specimen or I'll blow your brains out. So she picks up the bottle and she drinks down the specimen. And he takes off the ski mask and it's her husband. He said, see, that wasn't so terrible, was it? For those of you on Comedy Central in the audience who have never seen my kind of nonsense, I like to tell you the type of comedy that I do. First of all, I don't use any four-letter words. I don't use any profane material, and I do not do the type of material that's accepted by many of the young people today. I also do not have a booking in the immediate future, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm delighted to be here for Drew Carey, because I love Drew Carey. But I have to be perfectly honest with you, Drew, even though I say I love you, I am seeing other comedians on the side. But not too many, because you are my favorite comedian. Not only are you my favorite comedian, you are probably my favorite actor. When I think of my favorite actors, three names immediately come to mind. Sir Laurence Olivier, Sir Anthony Hopkins, and Drew Carey, ladies and gentlemen. I also read your book, Dirty Jokes and Beer. And I think it's probably one of the finest books that I've ever read. And when I think of the finest books I've ever read, I think of Tolstoy's War and Peace, Hemingway's For Whom the Bells Toll, and Drew Carey's Dirty Jokes and Beer, ladies and gentlemen. Do I have taste? And I envy Drew Carey, not because of his star status, because of his lifestyle. Single, never been married, never went through the horror of divorce. Because when I got divorced, the first thing I did was I put a tampon on top of the TV set to remind me of the that took the VCR. And that's my by 5 minutes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.